Good morning, everyone. 8-Bits here with, of course, Sophie. Hi. And a happy Sunday. Yes, it's Sunday, and it can be happy, right? All right. So, uh, what did we do yesterday? Well, yesterday, uh, got a little bit of assistance trying to get the attacking sequencing to work properly, right? So we managed to get that. Um, and then after stream, I played a bunch of games. I did. I had to get one. I had to get the all the Christmas decorations down, like stuff out. So got those out. We're gonna be putting that stuff up today, right after stream here. Today's kind of a crunch day. I leave early tomorrow morning for a business trip for the week. So I'm trying to fit in a bunch of things that I need to get done today. Makes it tough, right? But it'll be fun. And then I played Soulframe. Well, yes, I played Soulframe for a while. I also played Solo Leveling. That was kind of my day. Yeah. And then last night, watched an episode of Solo Leveling. Jeepin is getting into the anime, and it's helping her to understand the game Solo Leveling Arise better by watching the anime. So, good stuff there, right? All right. Topic. The Ubisoft, this one. Ubisoft embraces generative AI in their research and development project teammates, right? Lots of companies, whether you dislike AI or not, there's this huge push for AI to be used. And if you, in some of these big corporate places, like if you don't use AI, you're going to be left out. That's kind of how it works. Like even with my company, like we have to use AI almost daily, right? There's probably like 5 different ones that we have to use, including like their own. And same thing with like Ubisoft and some of these other companies, they're using it, right? You run general ideas past it, try to use it to help write and keep to certain formatting better. It checks grammatic, whatever, right? There's just an AI push. So let's see. I don't know what that is. You brought me here. Where's the link for it? Okay, it's not there. But yeah, you can't get away from AI, right? Like I said, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. AI is pretty much here to stay. You just have to learn how to use it. You have to find ways to be good with it, right? Because it's kind of it's needed in corporate world. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but it's there. All right. Outside of that, I don't think we have a whole lot since yesterday. I don't know if anybody played some cool games or did anything different yesterday, but like I said, the only 2 games I played were Solo Leveling, and Soulframe. Yeah, and I'm enjoying. Like I said, I enjoyed both those games a lot. All right, let's go ahead and close this and let's switch over and figure out what we're going to be working on. All right. There we are. So yesterday, I did a couple things. So I attempted to get the battle manager updated correctly after the stream. It hasn't worked very well. But what I have been able to do is update my buttons with new inputs, right? So now there's a button to it. It actually has two different sprites so that it has a press sprite. Essentially, it's 2 frames of the same sprite. Frame 1 or frame 0, right? Index 0 is going to be when the button's not pressed, and then frame, like when it moves to number 1, that'll be pressed. I think it looks pretty good. I had to create a press timer to be able to make it so that it stayed on the pressed index a little better. And these are them. Note, like right now, no damage has been done. The energy for to use the heavy attack is also not there, but that's okay. All right. Let's do this. So get some music going. All right, on here, we press this, and you can see the button press just enough. It's on a 20 frame delay. So you press it, slight 20 frames, then the action of cycling through the enemies is all there. But it's the same thing for all 3 buttons. So you have light attack, heavy attack, and then this one is the runaway, and it also has a timer because I wanted you to see the button press before you run out of the room, right? And right now, it's not offsetting you. I want it to offset, but it's good enough, right? So like I said, heavy attacks, light attacks, and then run away. All right. So we're going to try to fix some more of the attack sequencing, try to get that down. I think we're going to make a couple new things. So let's move that up to there. Why does my game engine look weird? Oh, I know why. All right. I split it. I was like, why do I have an extra window? It's because what I did was I was looking at Battle Manager 2 over here, and then Battle Manager over in the second window to try to review and look at code that I wanted the effect of, right? It's going to need to be rewritten a little bit, but that's kind of where we're at, I think. All right. Cameron, welcome in. How are you doing this morning? I was trying to think about your wanting to do voice acting, and if you I'm glad you're trying to offer it for free, because most people would not be able to pay someone under 18. But I think the best way to go about it is you just recorded a voice line to show from Transformers. Nice. Yeah, if you can get a couple lines down, show different ones that have like you talking normally, like we're just reading something, then doing one in a voice, and show a couple different ranges, I think you'd be pretty good. Brent, welcome in. I was just talking to Cameron here, who is interested in trying to do voice work, like voiceover, for people, for games. Yeah. And how was your day, Brent? You might do some. I would do like a wide range, right? Honestly, I would do some for movies. I would find some game stuff, just random scripts, anything, right? And just record, I don't know, like a minute, 2 minute worth of reading, make a whole bunch of little clips so people can hear your voice, hear the range of how your vocals are, and they get in and do different ones so they can get an idea of where you would fit in. Pretty good over here. You spent time with a buddy and played a ton of board games, and he played some of my skill tree game too. Nice. What board games did you play? I like board games. I like Stratego. I like Risk. Trisp, welcome in. How you doing this morning? We were just going over ways for Cameron here, who is trying to get into doing voiceover acting for people in gaming or some other stuff, right? So we're just coming up with stuff to be able to help. Brent, you played a Dice Throne. It is played Dice Throne. Okay. It's a popular one and one I've never heard of before called Hive Pocket. Nice. Yeah, I like board games. But yeah, I mean, like, I would just make a collection of clips that shows you having ranges in your vocals, right? Like where you are, where's your specialty, what other sound like you can produce. Show one with a couple of different emotions in it. That would be cool. Yeah, no, he not Cameron does not yet. And trying to come up with ways to put together a portfolio so they can present it when asking, like, hey, I do this, and people can listen to it. Yep. All right. So, on my stuff, we're gonna work on some of the button and actions today for attacking, right? So if you run into an enemy, this is what it does. It takes you into another attack room. You now have, right now it's 3 enemies. I'm gonna make it as a random, so it's gonna be between 1 to 3 enemies. But it upgraded to new buttons. These buttons have a non-pressed image, and then I made a pressed image. It's all in the same sprite, right? So, 3 different sprites, 6 images. So, frame 0 is non-pressed. Frame 1 will be pressed. And then I added a little bit of a timer to slow it down so you can see the button press like that. And then it'll initiate the attacks. What do the buttons do again? Okay, so right now I don't have any wording on them or a little picture on top of it, which I'm working on to be able to have there. But you have light attack, And I need to get it working again. But when you use light attack, it will build your energy bar, which is right under the health bar here. And when that is full, you'll be able to use the heavy attack. Right? This will become grayed out until you're ready, like able to use it. And then this one is run away. So it's really just 3 buttons for right now. There will be like other things. I'm thinking of like making it so you can access your inventory. You're still going to have your quick bar with maybe a couple items in it. Because my idea is, yes, it's turn-based. I still think a quick bar will be a fun idea because it's like instant items, right? That are just hanging on your belt. So if you open your bag, actually open your inventory, you're going to lose your turn because that's like taking it off your bag, off your back, opening it up, that kind of stuff. So you'll lose your turn, but you get to use an item. Or if it's on your quick bar, you can still do a quick bar and an attack. I think it'll be neat if I can get it all working right. But we shall see. What else? Yeah, so we have when these 2 buttons are pressed, the buttons go away while the enemies are doing their attacks. And right now the sequencing is real quick, so it goes 1, 2, 3. But I'll slow it down. And currently, you cannot select the enemy you wish to attack. I think it would be good to either use your tab so you can cycle through the enemies and pick the one, like highlight the one you want, and then that's the one you're going to be attacking. Or you can click on it. Say, I want this one, and click. That way you have a choice, right? You can cycle through it by hitting tab or just click on it. All right. Let's make this a little smaller. Let's put it there. Right. All right. So in the buttons, like I said, I added a timer. So I added press timer to it. Am I working to fix attacks? Yeah, I think that's where we're going to try to work on a little bit today. Try to get it so that attacks do a little more. I'd like it so that I can get my heavy attack button to be only active when your energy bar is full, not all the time. So that's kind of where I think we're going to be at. Right? All right, so we have like action light button, right? So we have press timer. It now runs through the timer. We also have our left pressed, and we added a timer into it. So left press equals 20. It's 20 frames of holding it, of running that before it runs the action with it, right? It's just like a delay. Essentially doing an alarm. But I just delayed it. You know, but if you're doing like a press timer, you have to do like, if press timer is above 0, then you got to take away from it and move down, and then when it hits basically 0, it'll run it. All right. What else? How do we want to do this? Where yesterday I did some restructuring and I am thoroughly confused a little bit. So we're going to try to work through some of this and get it so that the buttons redo some of the stuff that they were doing. All right, we need regular battle manager. Let's see, I'm going to detach you. And I get you. There we go. All right, like I said, I have 2 windows open. You can't see it, but I have 2 windows open. So all I did was, like, I detached one of my workspaces, and it's on the other side here, so I can look at 2 different things at the same time. So we have the old battle manager on the left, and you can't see it, but it's there. And then over here is the new battle manager. And hopefully I can get some of the stuff in, right? So in the old one, we had this code line, right? These couple codes are right here. This was setting the battle charge, like the charge into your energy bar. But just putting that over here doesn't work. So I need to go through and try to figure out what it was that I had that it's using. Because some things got moved. Not in here. Battle player, yeah. So like attack functions, that kind of stuff got moved into the player. This is where I'm also creating the buttons, which is why they disappear when it's the enemy's turn. It's just a trial to see if I like it like that, but that's why we have this. All right. So we want to work on the charge, but I need it to, I guess, activate when I press this, right? So we're going to bring this. All right, we have the charge thing here. What I need is battle player. And I'm looking for the charge. And I think it's not here anymore. Right? Yeah, because this was pulling it from the battle player. let's look at the regular object for player for a moment. XP, gold, level up. Yeah, step. This is region. This is me pressing stuff for troubleshooting. Here, same thing. Okay, so I don't have anything for charge in this player. But under battle player, I should. We're looking for charge thing. And I think I must have lost it when editing. So, I heard that. Who did the Sophie treat? Homeless. She appreciates it. Hey, Sophie. No, she doesn't appreciate that. She's right there. Trying to get her treat. And now she needs... Now you fumigated. All right. What? So I wonder if I can look back in GitHub and try to see what it was that I did. Battle turn update. This is probably the one. Let me see what if I did anything with battle player. Because maybe we can add some code back in or something. Right? Battle player draw. Create. So only a couple things that I did with battle player on this one. We're looking at the commits, right? So battle player, no. All right, let's look at this. Here we go. All right. Stinkiness. I don't see anything that really talks about a energy system. So I don't know what I did. All right, we took away and turn, added this in, added that in. And that's all that was done. There. Let's look through this one. Trying to look back through updates is a little tricky sometimes. Okay, battle switcher, good, data. So we took out... no, it's right here. Okay, we put it back. I don't see anything that really sticks out for stuff that we took out away. So... Whoops. There we are. Okay, so we need in battle manager, we want object battle player dot data dot charge. Now data is this, and it's coming from player data. So maybe it is inside the regular player again. Let me double check. And welcome in. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate those. All right. We are player data. How's the best way to track where I put that? All right, player data doesn't link into anything, but auto battle switcher, player data. So object battle switcher. Let's go look at that. Here. There's nothing in here, right? But it brings the player's data over. So where do I... Oh, I do have a charge. Okay. That's it right there. All right. So we have charge. I need to... put this here. But I need it to activate when we do the light code. So we're going to turn it on, right? Well, I hear a dungeon. Thanks, homeless. All right, here we'll join on that. Question about the battle system. If your energy bar isn't full, is your only attack the quick attack? Yes. Yeah. Right? So I'm making it so that like you're like, oh, I don't have enough strength yet to really perform a heavy attack. So right now, yeah, these like you only will have this light attack until you build up your charge bar, right? Which the charge bar occurs after every light attack. So after this. Okay, now where... I just had that code. This is battle enemy, so we're going to leave that up. This is parent action. We don't need this up. Workspace, I don't need that up. I'm trying to get rid of some of these codes. Yeah, lots of suggestions is fine. Let's think, because there's maybe a better way to do it, right? There might be. There probably is. Have others made suggestions? No. I don't get a lot. I mean, like, people, you know, the normal stuff. But, like, for attacks, no, I haven't gotten many suggestions to try to analyze and review it. Right now, all we have is light attack and heavy attack. No special attacks, that kind of stuff. What I was thinking is you're going to have a light and maybe a heavy attack, but then the energy bar is for a special attack, right? Give you 2 attacks, and based upon like what you're using, so 2 attacks, and then I think we move the energy attack to be like a special one. If that makes sense. Right? So that way you're always going to be able to have a heavy attack and a light attack. But I feel like you shouldn't just be able to spam your heavy attack the whole time. What's the point of having a heavy and a light? So there needs to be some sort of reason on how you can use it. Maybe every 2 light attacks, so every 3 turns, something like that. But then the meter will go up to use for special attack. What do you think of that, Brent? All right, where the hell did I hit this? I just had it. I did. All right, battle room. There, battle. No, that's not it. This is our Battle Manager 2, so we put that in here. I'd like to, if I do the a light attack, a heavy attack, and then a special attack, I want to get this to work first before we apply it to one of the buttons. And right now, I mean, we can just say the red one is like a special attack. I don't know. Right? Okay, so this is battle enemy. This is action. This is heavy. This is run away. Many others made suggestions. Grog, good morning. Just lurking, but in theory, a battle manager doesn't need to know about player text. Yeah, I'm still... I spent a lot of yesterday trying to resolve a lot of issues that came out of us switching to Battle Manager 2. So I'm looking at different things right now. So, I have Battle Manager 2 somewhere right here that does not have the regular attack, like the player attack stuff, because that is now in Battle Player. That's here. So the player is functioning and taking care of its attack. The only thing right now is I have this here, so you can see the code because I brought it over from the other Battle Manager. We're just working through stuff. That's all. Brent, you'd like to suggest something along the lines of, when it's your turn, you should have full energy. Okay. And access to both light and heavy attacks. So in your turn, you could do multiple light or heavy attacks. All right. The heavy would use more energy points and do more damage. Okay. Yes, it does more damage. So instead of building up the energy bar starts off good. And then as you use the attacks, it drains the energy bar. Light attacks do less damage, yes, and has a chance to inflict a status like stun. Yeah, statuses we'll get to. With the idea of setting up a heavy attack to do critical damage. Yes. Maybe the energy bar has to, you use it, it drains, right? You got to let it build back up. So sometimes you're only going to have the ability to do light attacks unless you let it go up long enough to do a heavy attack again, maybe? Something like that. You have a different idea. Okay. What else was in there? Calvar, welcome in. Good morning. So right now, let's take this out. I feel like, I guess we need to determine how we're going to work the energy bar, because either when you enter the battle, it's 100% full. Cameron, you're back. You've done 9 voice lines. Nice. What do we got? Oh, stream element. Yeah. powered by the fart, the reverb fart. That was, how many do you need? Well, let's ask chat. Hey, chat. Cameron here is trying to put together a portfolio for doing voiceover acting, be it for helping in games or whatever, right? They've been making small clips of their voiceover experience because they don't have a portfolio already. And they're asking, how many clips do you think they need? And what other ranges of clips or vocal experience do you think that should be included in a portfolio for people to check out, right? All right, we'll see if anybody in chat has any ideas for you, Cameron. I would say, I mean, you should probably have at least 20 to 40, right? And I only say that because you should have a couple clips, 5, of different, I don't know, emotional states, so you can hear the variety in how you're doing your voice acting, like your voiceover. Excuse me. And so I would say, 5 or so of each type. Do an angry one, do a sad one, that kind of stuff. All right, Brent, at the start of your turn, we got it. Yeah, and some custom ones, Cameron, that would probably be good too. All right, Brent, at the start of my turn, the energy bar fills up to 3/4. Okay. When you use attacks, you expend energy. Yes. So you can probably do 1 heavy attack or 3 light attacks. Right. Something like that. Okay. But if you don't use energy, you can conserve it over turns. So when it's your next turn, you can start your turn with full energy. So if you, right now, you have to attack every turn. You're saying maybe you want to skip turn to allow your energy to build back up? Defensive mode. Okay. Instead of attack. And that will conserve energy. So that will build your energy bar back up. All right. Let me get my notes. There. And there we go. All right. So now I have that, right? So if you don't conserve, you start at 3/4, but if you conserve, you start at full. Or maybe you start at a varying amounts of energy based on stats, class, level, that kind of stuff, right? All right. So let me put the rest of your conversation in here so that I have it. All right, let's get it so that you start full on energy first. So coming in here, we want our object player. We're now going to say you're charged 100, right? Let's see if that's still connected, and it should be. Wait for OBS here. Catch up. All right. Wowza. That's a lot of energy. You are so supercharged at this moment that it goes off the screen. That was probably a lot. Yeah. All right. Let's review that. I made it 100. Maybe blow up the world by hitting your enemy. Yes, that was so much energy. They will feel the hit in the next game. That's how that's gonna work. So, did I set it? All right, because in here we're drawing. Draw our XP mar, potions, enemies. Where do I have the energy bar? It's not under this player. It is under battle player. And this is it right here. I don't think that I have it set. So let's take a look at it real fast because I just changed it again. All right, so it's set to 1, which is fine, right? But now, when we press the attack button, we want some of the energy to be taken away. All right. What else did I get here? Yeah, I was thinking about, Brent, I was thinking about adding in like different status effects, like inflicting stun, that kind of stuff. And maybe the heavy attack can do stuff like that. All right, so Cameron, you were back. You did an angry one, a sad one, and one with 0 emotion, and a confused one, and a happy one. Nice. Yeah, I don't know a good place to put all that. I don't know if you can, if itch is a good one or not. You could probably create yourself a Spotify, and put up your stuff on there or some other app. Somewhere, so or YouTube. Put them on YouTube. There you go. Put them all together into a big clip or whatever, and upload you doing that stuff or something like that. I don't know. What you need is a variety in your battles. Yes, because currently using light attack until you can use heavy gives the player no variety and won't be enjoyable. Yes. So right now we have the energy full, right? And we want to make it so that the light attack does this. When the button is pressed, this is when it should run it, right? Now, okay, here's a question. Should the button be in charge of this? Or we make it a function and it runs something off the player and put this inside the player? I think we should put it inside the player. So charge, attack equals function. And let's do this. And then in here, we are going to say, we don't have to say battle player. We should just say data.charge. How about minus equal 0.2, right? But then if data dot charge is less than no, all right. Let's just leave it at this for right now. And in the button, when it's pressed, we can run charge attack function, right? But it needs to know where that is. So that is in object battle player dot charge attack. Okay, you agree. If the energy is related to the player, it should be in the player. Right. But triggering the end of the turn after the player uses all his attacks should be on the battle manager object. Correct. So the question is, we press the button. It's now doing action. Up here in action, we have data HP, target. It should probably do this as well up here. Hello. And how are you doing? This is Demon Panda Gamer. Nice to see you. What are you up to today? All right, so everything's here in the button, but I wanted to call to this function. Maybe I need to retype it so it's more global. Function equals charge charge attack. Right? Is that how I write it? In reverse? Function? No. I don't remember. I don't think that's right. All right, let's just put it back. So we're going to say charge attack equals function. So when all we need to say is just, we should be able to just say run charge attack, right? Let's get it to just start that. And also, I see the notification. There's going to be ads in about a minute. They will run for 3 minutes. It does it every hour. You know, same normal stream stuff. I could use some coffee. So, going to get some coffee during that ad break. And Mrs. Demon Panda, you are okay, besides waking up overheated from your covers. Yeah, when you've been freezing all day. And night, your mom, but it doesn't feel as cold today. Yeah. Ad jails. Yes, everybody's in ad jail. All right, so we have charge attack set in here. We're going to change this, but I think I need it. So we're saying data.charge. Data.charge. And that should be okay. All right, ads are going. I'm going to take a quick be right back. Default is better than GM2 and Godot and Unity and Unreal Engine and CryEngine. I've never heard of default. Welcome in, recent. Defend your position. When I get back, I got to take an ad break real quick. I'm just going to grab some more coffee, and I will see everybody in a moment. Okay. We are back. All right. Recent. Right before ad break, I asked you to defend your position. So next, what do we got? Homeless is crazy. I'll work 68 degrees in your house. It's a bit chilly, but 68 outside feels hot. I know, right? What did you say? Recent. You said default is totally free. Okay. How does it being free make it better? It may not have all. Does it have all the features? Also, you can get GameMaker for free. So there's that. I don't have the free version. I have the professional version, which is, I think, what they're calling it. Their next one up. But you can get it and get started. All right. Agile is fun time. Yes. The weather is strange. Come on, just haven't seen the adoption of default. Seems okay though. So what is like default? Like what does it have or specialize in? Does it do 3D, 2D, better with animated stuff? Hello. Welcome in, okay. How you doing? All right, so I'm waiting to see if the person's still here to defend their position. But we had somebody say the Fold engine is better than the others. All right. Okay, Dong, you're polishing your turd of a game. Excellent. Always nice to polish those, right? And Brewer, thank you for the sub. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome in, by the way. All right. I don't think they're still here. So I guess they're not defending their position anymore. I've never heard of the Fold game engine. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it specializes in 3D, 2D, or what. So right before I agree, if the energy is related to the player, it should be on the player. Okay, so that's what that comment was. Oh, there he is. Welcome back. All right. Recent and future, you want to make a game like Risk of Rain 1, but Godot and GM are too slow. What do you mean by too... Oh, okay. Hold on. Godot starts dropping frame rates with 200 enemies on the screen. All right. So Risk of Rain 1 was made in GameMaker, though. There you go. Let's pull this up real quick. Let's look here. Risk of Rain 1 was developed using GameMaker engine. All right. Recent future, reevaluate GameMaker. The sequel, Risk of Rain 2, was developed in Unity, though. And the 2023 remake, Risk of Rain Returns, also uses GameMaker. So it went back to GameMaker. Yeah, it goes back to it. So you get you get a little bit of a variety there, but like that style game seems to do really well in GameMaker, right? Well, Rain 2 is 3D, entirely different game genre. Okay, well that explains it. Yeah, GameMaker is not very good with 3D. I mean, you can use it. It's just not what you want to use. That's all. All right. So okay, you think they did a lot of work to make Risk of Rain work on GM. I mean, all games are work, but like that's what they chose to use, and they went back to it. Since they used it, need more evidence, more support for another game engine. Brewer uses well over 200 sprites in all his rooms during gameplay, and you have no issues. It's about optimization and well versed in that from time as a software quality engineer. Yes. And you're probably, and as Grog is saying, you are going to run into this problem in any engine if you don't know how to optimize what you are doing. But it appears that GameMaker is the engine of choice for this. Let's look at all the emotes. Holy emotes. It's all the party ones. Right? Yeah. And I'm sure at this point in time, GameMaker would handle it even better than it did when it was used to make the first one. Oops. The great thing is now you can see that the game you want to make can be created using Godot or GameMaker. So you can learn how to fix your current optimization issues. Yes, given that your tower game is kind of simple, your game still does over 60 frames per second with 2,000 enemies on screen with about 500k call count per step. Nice. Yeah, I think if that's the type of game you want, this is probably a good engine for it. When evaluating game engines, you need to first define what better means. Yes. All right. I added charge attack as a function into the player. Then I think if we do here inside, we can do a function in a function, right? Once action takes place, I think it should run charge attack as a function, right? Does that work? It's not highlighting it for me. I hate that mine broke. Brewer, good guy. That's a massive call count in this step. I thought mine was a bit over the top. No, yours is pretty good, I guess. You had to do some changes because when you tried drawing 100,000 enemies on the screen, and it did like 2 frames per second. So you changed it to merge into bigger units of 10, 100, and 1,000 for anything over 2,000. Nice. That works, but you need to point to the player object that owns that function. Yeah, so object charge attack here, right? So it's going to be object battle player dot charge attack. Why won't you color coordinate? Listen here, GameMaker. I am trying to support you in using other people, like another game. You have to function right. Don't let us down. And good morning, Jeepin. All right. I think that should work, right? So we now are calling it or telling it where to go, which is inside object battle player and charge attack. All right. We are going to stop the game. We're going to run it again. and I'll show you some of the stuff because that I did yesterday, right? So we come in here. I have new buttons, fancy buttons, right? You are now starting with a full energy bar instead of building it up. You start with it. The buttons have 2 points. When you press it, it switches the frame, like the image index of it, right? So we press it, and it now goes through, and you lose energy. Perfect. All right, so what I did was I made the button, I gave it a timer so that you can see the press, right? So like if I press this one, you see the press, and I think it's doing the press on all of them. No, it does it with this one, though. That's weird. All right. But we're getting there. So the way I did it was I created a timer. I did press timer, and then I have if press timer is above 0, you subtract away from the timer on it, right? That way it gives you a moment to see the pressing of it switching to the next frame before it starts the enemy cycle, right? Because otherwise, like what it was happening before was as soon as I pressed it, you never saw it. It just immediately switched over to the enemies, and I never saw my press. So that's what I added in yesterday. In Homeless, go to bed, Heapin. You're grounded because you didn't quit your job yet. I know. Heapin, you mean Jeepin? Heapin's fine. Yeah, Jeepin can't quit her job yet. Wouldn't that be nice? Heapin Annie. All right. We now have a energy deplete taken effect when energy deplete takes effect when there's farts in the stream. Yes. Right? All right. So we press the button, takes away the charge. So that is working nice. Now, I also need to add that into the heavy attack. Right? So we're not doing this. This is the old one. But we're going to say object battle player dot charge attack function. It's not going to work. I need to make another one. Okay. I can either make a separate one, or let's make an if statement here. If I want to say if, I don't know, heavy attack, then do data dot charge minus equal to 0.5, right? Otherwise, do data dot charge is equal to 0.2. Right? So heavy attack needs to be a function. Heavy attack equals function. And technically, I should probably do light attack. And Jiggly Donger, welcome in. How's your day going? Hi, Sophie. Can I help you? Did you come over here to see if it's time yet? Talk to chat. You doing all right? How's everyone doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. There. What is a 0 with a line, right? Homeless. A 0 with a line is a person with their arm. So they're waving. They're saying hi. A 0 with a 7 is a salute. Right? So you have these two. Waving and salute. Like that. Brent, you think you have to sign off for the night? Late for you here. Yes. I appreciate you spending some time here. I know it's late. And have a good one. Thanks. Yeah, homeless. Those are what those are. They're just like people writing emotes because there's not an emote for it. That's it. All right. We have heavy attack. Maybe I could change this, right? Maybe we put that in here. Heavy attack is this. Charge attack. Maybe we should just make this light attack. No, that's separating them totally. Yeah, you feel dumb. Don't worry about it. If heavy attack. Maybe so I need to define what a heavy attack is to allow it to do this. Does this make sense? I think so. Heavy attack is what? Well, do we just make a variable called like heavy attack equals true on here, and then inside the function we just say it's object action heavy equals true? No. So I got currently like two different ways of doing this, right? We could either split it out and I define which one it is, or we try to make it into an if statement. GBN didn't know either. Yeah. You have a suggestion for structuring this if you want a quick chat, no code today. Yeah, we could do a quick chat. I think that would be fine. Let me switch this off. All right. Good morning, Grog.
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sweet. My audio worked first time today. That's rare.
So
yeah, okay. I don't want to do a brain blower today, but I have
no.
I think for how to structure this. So the core of it is you're trying to make like you want to make different attack types, right? You want to have a light
Right.
attack and a heavy attack, and you want them to have like different parameters,
Yeah,
right?
and so the question then was, do I want to make it as like different attack functions, or make it more into an if statement where if it's doing this attack, it does this type of damage, otherwise it's doing this type of damage. Something
So
like
let's
that.
let's so you have the right idea, but let's kind of walk that through as like to the logical conclusion of doing that. What if you have, well, actually, how many attacks do you plan on having? Like, are your enemies going to have their own attacks, or is your player going to unlock spells and abilities and extra attacks, different types of attacks, stuff like
I
that?
know of at least 3 attacks for the player at this moment.
Okay.
I want a light attack, a heavy attack, and then like a special attack. Um,
Gotcha. Okay.
the enemies are probably going to have different attacks based upon different enemies, so it's not all the
Yeah.
same stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you could do it that way because if your game is going to end up being very simple, where you just have kind of like three attacks, you can sort of just like
Right.
hard code them in. Where like, hey, if this attack, we're going to do the heavy attack. Here's the parameters. But if you
Yeah.
want to design this in a way that would work both for simple games and give you room to grow, you could once again store attacks as data
Okay.
or store the parameters of attacks as data. Very similar to how we've done with tower data in the past, ammo data, etc. Right?
Right.
Because if you think about it, an attack is essentially two things. There's the data of the attack, which is going to be like, hey, what is the cost of that? So that's going to be your charge meter. That's going to cost 5 charge. So if you have less than 5 charge or 0.5 charge, then you can't do it.
Right.
So you have your cost. You have your damage. You depending on the game, you might have accuracy of the attack. You might have the uh, type. Is it fire or is it electric? You might have a status effect on the attack. All these sorts of things. We don't need to think that far, but for now, you for sure have probably the damage of an attack and the cost of the attack, right?
Right.
So you could basically make a global struct like your global dot ammo data or global dot tower data that's global dot attacks that even maybe your enemies and the players could use. And then you could say, hey, do this attack here on this enemy. Um, the other side of attacks, like I said, attacks are two parts. They're the parameters that we just went over, and it's also the animation, essentially. Um, so the animation, that's always the thing that I've never really come up with a good solution. I've never really done an RPG where I've had to do like, oh, this attack does this animation, and on this part of the attack, this damage is dealt or whatever, right?
Right.
But so let's ignore the animation for now because that's something you'll have to figure out separately. I
Yeah, I
don't I don't have it
think
dirty for that.
for this, considering like time frame and structure, I want to keep this one simple.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of taking this after like we're done with the 3 month um project on this. I'm going to make this. I'll take it and uh, move it into like a 6 month long project, and then really expand on it.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And I think the data structure, like we did with the tower defense stuff, I think that would be very efficient there.
Yep.
For here, I think it's easy to get it working so that we have a working game to simulate what a bigger game would be is
Right.
efficient.
So let me just say one more thing because I still think this way might be easier for this case. Once again, I'm not. If you want to keep going with the way that you have in your head that works, that's totally okay too. I just want to give you this suggestion.
Sure.
The nice thing about having it as data is you only have one type of attack or one attack function. You basically say, hey, I am attacking this enemy, and I am using these parameters. So it would be like attack target, comma, heavy attack, or attack target, comma, light attack, or attack target, comma, special attack. You don't need to code, okay, if I'm attacking this target with this special attack function, they're gonna end up being probably the same functions. They're just gonna have different data
Right.
essentially. That being said, it's totally fine to do it that way, especially if you want to just keep it simple and you already have that vision in your head. Don't worry about doing it the way I'm suggesting, essentially.
Yeah, and I can always apply that too and spend the time and sit and write it out. Or, you know, but I think I want it working before we go into that.
Sure, yeah, that's totally
Um,
fair.
But the question for making it just work is making two different functions, or each function for the attack, better than trying to do like an if statement like this.
See, here's the thing. I don't have the vision for it. Actually don't know how this would work the way you're trying to do it. Like, I don't have that vision in my head. So if you're not sure, you could try explaining it, and maybe I can give a suggestion.
I think trying to think it through. I don't think this if statement is going to work at all. I think it's really just I have a small function for each one, and then at least it's working at that point, and like I'll enter, the function into here, right?
Yeah, into the button, right? The
Right,
button
into
will
the button.
have right.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. So when you click the button, it calls the function. Yeah, and it will do the
Right.
Okay, I think
At least
that
that
makes
way
sense. You
I
have a
get it
function for each
working,
attack.
and we can see if how we're doing things is correct before I go through all the process of making it like really fancy, more efficient code.
Yeah, gotcha. And how do you plan on? So let's say you call like heavy attack inside here, or light attack. This is the light attack button. How do you determine? Oh, I see. Actually, you're actually working on the targeting system here.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna have it be automated, where it's gonna pick the kind of the closest target?
Well, I haven't implemented the second part of that, which is it's going to be both, I think, tab and left click. So not at the same time, but like you can either tab through your enemies to pick the one you want and then click the button, or you click the enemy and click the button. So depending on your personal choice, because I like both methods,
Right.
I want that to be built in at some point.
Right, gotcha. Okay. And then would your attack functions, your heavy attack or light attack, would they take a target parameter, or how do you envision actually having those fire on the correct target?
Once you have it selected, it will identify the selected enemy, and that is the one that the buttons will attack to. Like when you press the button, it will analyze selected, say, is this selected? No. Go to the next one. Is this one selected? No. Go to the next enemy. Is this selected? Yes. That's the one I attack.
Right,
if that made
gotcha.
sense. Sort of.
So just to give you an idea here then, with this button, you can't call, so that charge attack, right? You don't actually want charge attack to actually execute here right now yet, right? Because you don't have you press that button, you now need to find a target, right? You don't actually want to attack anything yet, right?
Right. What I did here was just get it so that it worked, meaning that when I pressed the button, it was taking away the energy.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it was just testing things. Bunch of stuff. Okay, so dog, state machines. Yeah, I like state machines. Jiggly would use constructors for all this kinds of things, and you can use a handle NPC damage versus attack style. Attack type can be an enum. I don't use enums very much. But that way there are no magic numbers. Yeah, I try to eliminate.
Yeah, so if you're not using
I end up putting magic numbers in all the time, and I'm getting better at not doing it. Trying to make a variable or something that covers it, and then put that into the equation, not the magic number. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, local variables are going to be like most of the time like the thing you're going to do to avoid magic numbers. If enums you would mostly use if you have like like something that's like you just need a list of things essentially. You need a list of, it doesn't matter what the value is, you just want to name an arbitrary value.
Right.
Like if you have enum attack, and then you have attack heavy, attack light, attack special. That's 0, 1, 2. It doesn't matter that those are 0, 1, 2. It's just basically saying I don't care about the numbers. Just refer to the attacks.
Yeah.
It's not always true, I guess. But
I hear Vader telling me about enums.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
so
right
all the
now,
suggestions in chat, I feel like you don't actually need like for what you were saying, what you want to do. I feel like you're not going with any of those approaches, so I don't think you need
probably
to worry
not.
too much about those. But those are the right ideas, I think, eventually when you want to
Yeah. Sometimes I
get it
have to give
working,
up
and
a
then you
little bit on
refactor
some
it.
stuff because this is only a 3-month project and there's only like a month left, right?
Right.
And it'll be roughly about that. And right now, it's not targeting anything. So this code that I like right here is actually not doing anything. So I'll be rewriting that.
So let me give you one counterpoint here, then, just because you do have 1 month left, right?
Yeah,
The reason why RPGs are so tough is they're like different.
they are.
It's not just like, oh, you're making a game that has like, if I'm making like a brick breaker, right? I'm just making one game. I'm making the block bouncing around it. But you have to make the combat game. You have to make the overworld game where you can like wander around and talk to people and get quests. You
You're
have to
right.
make the maps and stuff like that. So like I would suggest writing out like what you still need to do, like need to do, and what you want to do, and then make some hard choices here because
Yeah.
like
I mean,
you
there's
will
lots of
run out of
stuff that
time,
I
right?
want,
Yeah.
right? The need
And
to
some of that stuff you
do,
could save for the future version. Because,
sure.
like, how about, like, I'm not saying you do this, but, like, a simple way of, like, I kind of like what you're doing here, where you're just saying, hey, target the nearest enemy. And that way you avoid the whole selection problem. And, that's less fun, less agency, probably for an RPG, but, like, it's a
But
3-month RPG in the first place,
right.
dude.
And
So,
the purpose of it is one, it's a learning project. Two, it's a minimum viable product, right? So I'm making a game that is a full game, but it gives it's like doing a high overview project presentation, right? So it's like, hey, this is my sample of what I think the game could be.
yeah.
And you provide it. Then
Yep.
if people like it enough or like, hey, this is a really good idea, let's see that advance. Let's watch it grow and become an actual full game, like a big game, right? That's kind of what these 3-month projects have been, is really for me to say, is there enough interest in this style game that I've been working on to make it into a full game? And I thought 3 months was good. And 3 months for an RPG is a challenge for sure,
Yeah, for sure.
because
You're doing
there's
good, though,
lots of little
honestly.
hard choices in it. And I did it on like, I chose to do it that way.
Yeah.
So
No, it's good to be challenged once in a while, or well, game dev is challenging always, but yeah, it's good to step outside your comfort zone. But
yeah.
okay, well, I'll leave you to it. Just make sure you're thinking about the stuff you need to do versus the stuff you want to do, and
Yeah, I
then
have like in notepads, I got multiple tabs up on here, like with little lists of things that I want, things I need. So,
yeah, awesome, dope, cool. All right, well, good luck. I'll be lurking in chat, and yeah,
all right, sounds good.
talk to you later.
All right. Um, let me address stuff in chat. So, lots of farts. Yes, thank you, thank you. Sweet victory. I heard that term. Welcome in. And there was something I saw. There was a monkey type, wasn't there? Oh, yes, there was a monkey type. I did, in fact, see it. All right, we're going to take a quick break and do the monkey type. Oh, and a Sophie treat. Yeah, we'll do that. Make her happy here. Because, Sophie is the star
Well,
here.
that means another coffee break.
And I like coffee. All right, if you are not familiar with monkey type, it's fun, right? It is a typing challenge. That's what this is. And I haven't done this in a little while. Let's see how I do with it, right? So what it does is it provides you with random words you have to type, and it basically calculates how fast you're going, your mistakes, that kind of stuff, all of it, right? All right. It will start pretty much as soon as I begin here. And we're going to see how this is. I hear a jeepin'. A wild jeepin' has appeared. We must be very quiet. She's in her natural habitat. All right. We're going to do a monkey type. All right. I thought about it that one too much. Eh. All right. You got a 90. You got a 90. 98. That's really cool. Did you have any? What was your accuracy? All right. So I haven't typed that in like that for a while. It's random, right? It's a pretty good one. There was another one that I wanted to introduce to chat because it's also a competition where you get to challenge me and we have like fun stuff, right? I can't remember what it is. Captain Onessa uses it, and I think I'll have to ask him. Uses it or somebody uses it. Type Racer, you have that as a redeem yourself. Yeah. You were forced, Jiggler, you were forced to learn typing when you were in school, but you're glad. Yes. Back in about 1,000 years ago, when I was in high school, I think I took it in 9th grade. No, it was in 7th grade. I'm trying to remember which school it was. So in 7th grade, I had typing. And yeah, we had to like cover a piece of paper over our hand so you couldn't see the keyboard at all and learn it. Yeah. Oh, ads. All right. Let's do it again and see if I can get any more here. All right. Little better, right? Got 77 with a 97% accuracy. A little better. On average, I think I average between 75 to like 85%. Grog 128. That's crazy. That's like super speed. If you want to see something crazy, and welcome in, Hamster. When the way I'm doing it is I'm doing time and I'm choosing 30 seconds of typing, right? But if you go to the leaderboards, Rocket has been all right. So Rocket is one of the world's best typers, right, for this. But two people have beat them at 314 words per minute. That's insane. Like I can't even think like how fast you are moving on the keyboard to be that, right? With these accuracies. It's crazy. Like these use special keyboards. I have no idea. When because Mythical or Rocket goes to world competition events, it's like regular keyboard stuff. But for here, I have no idea. I don't know what this was used on. That'd be cool if it told you like what type of keyboard you had. But Who redeemed this? Okay, dog. Appreciate you doing the monkey type, but this is what it is. It's a fun little thing, right? All right. I will not. I will not be on the leaderboard here. No. You want to hear a funny story? Always. Arwen wants to hear the story too and is gladly letting us know. It's because Jeepin's down here and she's covered. Not Jeepin. She's not covered. I mean, you know, she doesn't walk around with a cover on. But like Arwen is covered up. You were applying for a job and had to do a typing test back in 2005. Yes. Jobs used to ask for your words per minute. They wanted to know how efficient you were with your job. I remember that. You did 60 words per minute? Nice. I feel on average, if I'm really going at it, I'm between like 70 to 85. Not anywhere where I was when I was like doing that all the time. You put your words per minute on the extra section of a resume? Yes. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, right? It's a good thing to learn. So, and I'll have to look it up. I forget what that. I wonder if I saved it. I wonder. All right, let me look in my list of things of saving. Real quick to see if I can find it. Code. I got lots of code stuff. That's not it. We want a typing thing. That's what I'm looking for. Typing. I may not have saved it. Or, you know, it's so lost in my list right now. I can't find it. Yeah, it's lost in my list. All right. It is but Hamster, your errors dropped it to 0 words per minute. She stopped the interview and said, "We've never seen this before. Afraid we are going to have to stop the interview here." that would be. I'd be like, "Wait, let me do it again. I just made a mistake." That's it. So, I will have to find the typing challenge and make it a redeem. And once you have it, it opens it up, and then everybody else in chat can join, and everyone competes. And I think that's fun. I like those games, right? All right. What are we doing here? We are trying to give these attacks a simple energy depletion, right? And yeah, Hamster, that was your last call center. I was going to say it had to be like a call center, data center, like data entry, that kind of stuff. I worked at a data center or like a data entry thing, probably into 90. I'm all the way back in the 90s now. So it would have been like 98. Yeah. 97, 98. Somewhere back in there, I worked in a data entry place for it was some sort of like mutual funds type stuff. But you had to take whatever they were giving you and re-enter it into a new system because they didn't automatically do that back then. And they manually had to do it. It was a lot, right? All right, so we're going to change this. Instead of charge attack, we're going to make this a light attack so that I know the difference between the two. And then we're going to come back into here and change this to light attack. Oops. I wish this highlighted, but you know, whatever. And this is heavy attack. All right. Let's stop the game and restart it. Homeless, you were 4 years old in 98. Yeah. When did at the end of 98, homeless, at the end of 98 through 2000 is when I moved. Like, I went from, I was living in Massachusetts at the time. I moved from Massachusetts to New Hampshire, and that's when I was there. Were you one of the screaming kids that was down the street? That was probably you, wasn't it? In you were 28 in 98. Yeah. You graduated high school in 96. See, there's more 90 people, you know? It's all right. Probably. And you were farting all over the place. That really hasn't changed, homeless. That's it. All right. We do a light attack, it takes away. We do a heavy attack, it takes it away. Perfect. Now we have those buttons working. But now we need to add in next components. Yeah. All right. So we want what? We want the energy charge to replenish itself. How do we want to do that? We need another button, don't we? I think we're going to need a defense button. So if you go into defend mode, let's make it to yellow. No, we're not making it yellow. We'll make it similar to this, but we're going to change this. So let's, what do we want color for defend? Green? Green looks good. We're going to do color remove. No, color replace with green, like this. I think that works. Then do we want like a light color like that? I think that looks okay. Yes. So then we'll switch to this. And we're going to remove this color. And then this one here. But we need a little bit of shadow over top of this to make it like it's pressed. And I saw somebody else came in, so hang on 1 second, chat. There. All right. That is going to be our new. We want this to be. How about defense or defend button? Right. Purge, welcome in. Yeah, under submerged. What? Like a submerger? Frequent fire. What? Yes. All right, we'll make a new button now. And we're going to do this and call it defend. And we'll rename this to action defend. Right? Press timer. All the stuff is good. We need to change this. So we need a new function now. And I think we'll just call it defend. So now if we come into well, we also have to create it. In battle player, what do we say? Action, defend. Oh, 64, 30. We're hard coding these in, sort of. It needs to be what, 96? All right. Down here, we're going to get rid of this. We're doing these hard code for right now, and we're calling this defend. Equals function. Go there. Go there. Here. Now we're going to say data.charge plus equal to 0.5. How's that? Does that sound good? Right? Okay. Let's stop the game. Let's start it. And just see if it's going to work the way we think. All right. So we have 4 buttons. All fancy, right? Let's make it a little bigger. So now we have 4 buttons. The idea is first one is your light attack, then you have a heavy attack, then you have a runaway, then you have defend. The order of where they're going to be is not set in stone right now, so no worries. But light attack, it takes away your energy bar, right? Heavy attack does more, but now we want to defend, and it replenishes your health bar. Yes. And if we do it again, oh, we got to set that so it doesn't go beyond it. But we'll be all right. I think we need to fix a couple things too. What about if in the defense we're not going to have them move. We're going to have them maybe go the opposite direction. So where do we have that code going? Here, right? If we are using the attack function, it initiates the movement. That's not what we want. And on here, we're saying action. Action. This is actually not working right now. But where do I call the attack? Also, I see the notification that ads are going to go off soon. I am going to be right back on this one. 1, fill up some coffee. 2, uncover Arwen. And see if she needs food. So, that'll be going off here pretty soon. All right. Let's see if I can find this right before it. So, in Battle Manager 2, nothing. In Battle Player, this is where we have this. All right. I did not. All right. As you're going, I will see everybody shortly. Hang tight, and I will be back in a few moments.
Mission parameters. Eliminate all opposition.
All right. I'm back. Hi, Sophie. Did you get excited because I stood up and was doing things? Yeah. All right. We want to make it so that when you do defend, you do something different. We don't want the attack to activate. Because we are doing start turn with these options, right? We have end turn. Where are we doing start turn? Stinkiness. Term, you're hanging out with homeless, aren't you? All the stinkiness. All right. What? Yes. Yes. Couldn't tell. All right. So none of this says that we are essentially doing damage, but this right here is initiating the attack. So, what if we took this out and said just do defend? Then inside defend, not only does we're gonna have to do it, it's gonna do a couple things. Let me think about this. We want what? We want this. But we want to make it so that it's not plus, it's minus. And we're going to say minus 20. And then no alarm change. We can put that inside there, though. All right. Let's give a check there and see if the defend button will work at that point. Like I said, we're doing it fairly simple to get it to work, to make sure that this is a correct, like, I don't know, procedure, like what we want done, right? All right. Jeepin, it's a stinky day. It is. It's Sunday. Everybody's, releasing all the stress from the work, all that stuff, right? All right. We use attack button. We use the attack button. Then we defend. It did not do what I was thinking, but it did raise the energy bar up. So let's reevaluate the function. X. Maybe I needed to still say 2 or plus. Let's restart it and check. So we'll do a heavy attack. All right, so it's moving the character. We want this x plus equals 2. No. Oops. Not there. Inside here. What if we switched it to less than X start? All right, let's try it again. I'm trying to make it so that, like, if you attack, you go forward, right? So attack takes your character forward. Defend takes you backwards a step. I think that'll be fine. I think what we need is maybe we get rid of this if statement. And we just do that. Um, and we say x minus equals, let's do 10, so you can actually see a difference in the movement. Right? That should work. All right. Light attack, heavy attack. My energy's almost out. I can either do a light attack or defend. Choose defend. And your character moves. But they did not go through their attacks, did they? Why? Because of this. We defend but want attack to be run, right? Because, or start. What do we want? Start attack. No. Somewhere are it. So we have attack. Else end turn, instant destroy. No, we want, where are we starting the turn? Start turn is just creating the buttons. Well, I wonder if it's just because of this. Right. So if we turn that back on, what, whoops, then is going to happen? He's going to move backwards and then forward and back. Or not, because it doesn't like it. All right, player event. Create. Okay. So it doesn't like this. Oh, we're inside here. We don't need it to be player attack. It's just attack, and we take out the attack. All right. Oh, well. Attack. Character move forward. Enemies ran through their sequence. Next. Heavy attack. Same thing. Defense. And he moves forward. We don't want that. Where? Battle manager. We run battle with battle player, arrays pushed here. Then we're doing battle enemy. And we're saying current participant. Equals participants. So we need to fix this. Because I don't want the player to go through the attacked feature, but I think if we said defend, like that. Let's try it. All right. Attack, heavy attack, defend. Nope. So this still needs to be the attack. Right. If instance, since your target in this, we haven't done target yet, but we're going to take this out again because what I want is when we press this button, we're running the defend function. In this function, we have your stepping back, your data's running, but then we need the enemies to go through their attack. Right? Stinky. That was a reverb one. Sounded like you fart in the corner somewhere. All right. Panel switcher start. Turn. Alarm. All right. What if we said in here object battle enemy dot start turn. That was a twofer? Yes. All right. We attack. We attack. We defend. Perfect. We got it. All right. Now, I need another sprite. Yes. What do I need? This does not need to be inside here. It can go into the regular sprites. Sprite. 32 by 32. Let's arc tool. What the hell? Okay, let's try that again. We're going here, then to here. How does the arc tool work? All right, I think I see. Go like that. What? What? If I just want to make a line that bows like this. It's not quite working like I was thinking. All right. Just do something different. Let's do a circle. And it'd be like this. We'll take the whole thing and we'll move it. It can be like that. Then we'll get rid of half of it. And we want the middle center to be there, right? So it's going to be here. What are we going to call this? We're calling this, let's be our shield, not shield. Thanks. Look at all the emotes, homeless. What do we get? You're sick of it. You quit. And holy title. Let's do ape wings on a turtles. On a turtle. What? Why is there ape wings on a turtle? What? All right. What, you know, it's all right. Whatever. We are going to create this. So inside here, we're going to do draw set sprite. We want X, we want Y, and oh wait, it goes the other way. We want SPR shield, right? Then we want X, then we want Y. Oh, and sub image. We're just gonna say 1. For this, we're gonna say X. Let's just leave it and see what it looks like. Yes. Let's do it again. Term dad joke. I didn't even know I had dad joke. You found something new. You met this girl on a dating site and I don't know, we just clicked. Yes. That's a dad joke. I think so. Siri is trying to be funny. Siri decided to do the dad joke, and I had no idea dad joke was a thing on my channel. I didn't even remember doing it. Now, I want to, like, people need to play with it because I want to see if Siri keeps doing it. All right. Simple attack. Simple attack. I want to defend. And it didn't draw. That's fine. It's not going to work here anyways. We need it to be moved. Right? Mom joke? No, there are no mom jokes. Just dad jokes. All right, under here, we are going to make, can I do a function here? And draw this here? Right? Like that. And we do shield like this. I don't know. Let's try it. Yeah, moms aren't that funny. I know. Because the world can't handle how funny a mom joke would be. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Still not drawing it. We needed to do... Okay, so would it work better if I said if like defend? If we said shield equals true, and then down here we said if shield equals if shield, then we draw the sprite. What other options I don't have draw sprite. It needs to be. Should be fine. Let's try it. And we'll delete that one. Okay. I had no idea we had dad jokes. There was another one. Dad joke. What do you call a dictionary on drugs? High definition. Oh, now I'm going to have fun with dad jokes. Dad joke. We all know where the Big Apple is, but does anyone know where the mini apples are? Minneapolis. Yes. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Dot shield is not set before reading. If we say defend, if defend, I will get this. We're just messing with it, trying to get it. No. He beamed away. That was not right. All right. I don't want it there all the time. That's the problem. So let me turn that off. Actually, here we will put that there. Oh, maybe it was because I had this. Let's just try it. To the guy who invented zero, thanks for nothing. Right? Okay, so that's also not failing. That's incorrect. I'm having the hardest time getting this to work right. This is what I want. I want to draw a shield. Draw a sprite. Sprite, subimage, X and Y. And okay, dog, you're missing part of the string. So here's what I'm trying to do. When you run defend, right? When this function activates, if I restart game engine it's going to solve the markup error. I probably already deleted what I was doing. GameMaker bugs out like a lot. Yeah, I can close the debugger. Oh crap. All right. Hello, welcome in. How you doing, Tim? And Fuzzy, welcome in. How's your day? All right, what did well welcome in, Raiders. How are you doing? Tim, thank you for the raid. What were you working on? And tell me a little bit about it. I appreciate the raid greatly. Yes. Let's see. Get a shout out here for Tim. It doesn't auto do it anymore, so I have to manually do that for you. So, you did a business review of your indie adventure, then played a game. Excellent. What game engine are you with, Tim? And how did the business review of it go? Was it a final review and you're like, this is good? Or did you pinpoint things that you need to work on? You're doing custom C++ engine, Turtle Brains. Nice. Do you have anything to share? Whether it's on itch or Steam, now is your moment. If you'd like to post something, feel free to do so. So every month you do a review to zoom out a bit and figure out what you learned. Nice. This is always a learning project for me. And for those that don't know me, my name is EightBitsaByte. I am doing a 3-month-long RPG project as a learning MVP, which is minimum viable product. And the purpose of it is to determine if this style game is something I want to expand upon for a longer term, right? With that, it's always a sort of a learning process, right? And I'm using GameMaker for my engine. Yes. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. All right. I tend to stick to streaming on the weekends, so normally Saturday, Sunday, Monday, except for no stream tomorrow because I'm traveling for work. But I'm usually in the mornings for Mountain Time in the U.S. Work, I know. It's in the way. It is. I will be gone all week, Monday through Friday for a business trip, and then return and get back to the fun stuff. So currently, let me open up the game. And we'll give OBS here a moment to see it. There we are. I'll make this a little bigger. This is it. Ignore the barkeeper who's facing the wrong way. But you can talk to the barkeep. You start in a pub because, you know, all good stories start in the pub. And you can talk to the barkeep. He's got a shop, quest, that kind of stuff. You can find new things to go do. And when you talk to him, he's got his shop. You can buy and sell items. You have your own inventory. Same thing. But you come out, and you can run around, go through here. The pub is empty. Yes, pub is empty. So we have NPCs out on the street wandering around. They are doing what is like shout outs, bitch at players, whatever you want to call that, where they yell at you. And they're like, hey, you come here. That kind of stuff, right? Then the attack, I wanted to do a turn-based attack system as I had never done one. So I thought it would be fun to try. When you make contact with the enemy, you're brought in here, and it's going to be a random number of enemies, 1 through 3, right? We currently have 3 different style buttons. Well, 4 buttons. I just made one. And we have light attack, which isn't doing any damage now. We can ignore that. But it deletes your energy bar. So you have light attack, you have a heavy attack, then you have a defend, which will move you back, put up a shield, and you skip your turn, and it will replenish your energy bar, right? And then you can use your heavy attack or whatever again, all the fun stuff, right? So that's kind of where we're at and what we're messing with right now. And then, of course, the yellow button is I run away. There is different biomes here. So you'll have a marsh, an ancient forest, and the grasslands, which is where the town is. And that's kind of it for now. And the pub's kind of empty right now, yes. It's not open yet. Right? So, Tim, how long have you been doing game dev? Hi, Deepin. You made it. I just happen to be. I know. It'll have patrons in it eventually. Once I start giving them some looks. How's that? Or we can add one. You want some people in there? Let's add some people, right? We will put how about you and you. They're like little pill packets. That's all. There. Now it's got 3 people in it. 4. Decades. You've been doing it for decades. Excellent. I am fairly new. You heard they serve weak drinks. Those are fighting words there. We do not serve weak drinks in this establishment, thank you. My game development started almost 2 years ago. Before that, I was never really a game maker, like designer, programmer, any of it. After that, what I started with was learning how to do it all. Programming, game design, and GameMaker was my choice, right? Yeah, they're outside NPCs. I haven't made the inside ones. So they wander, which is fine, whatever. And it's okay. I may have like 1 or 2 wandering through here. I'll have a couple that'll probably be like at your bar area, like at the tables. A couple maybe sitting up here, you know. But it's not bad. We got about a month left in a 3-month project. but we're getting there. All right, let me move that up there. So let's see. Yeah, they move. You can have them. Yes, the idea would be for them to have a conversation with each other, as well as arguing with you. Tim, you're making a game in 100 days and currently on day 32. Excellent. I like small projects. You don't really get burned out. It's fun to concentrate on stuff. The last 3, this is my 3rd one. So the last 2 projects were all both 30 days. And I did a Twitch avatar one, which is what's running around at the bottom of the screen. Then I did a tower defense game. And I did working on this one, right? So we have our tower defense game. That was a 3-month project. Yeah, it's fun. I like little projects, right? I don't know what I'm going to be doing for next year. I think the idea is if I get this working and enough people like the concept and all this stuff, then I will take it and make it into like a 6-month long game. But I figure by the time this game is done, so 3 months, it's going to be about 300 hours worth of work. About 100 hours a month is what I am averaging on it, because I also work a full-time job, have other hobbies, and general other stuff, right? So, okay, Doc, did you hear about the new tax increase? What the hell? Yeah, damn. It's going to be 14% now, straight on to the coffers of the king. This calls for a revolution. Who is doing the tax? Let's start there. And, Hamster, your 3-month project is needing up to 6 months. Yes. NES Legend of Zelda likes are requiring a ton of systems despite it being relatively short. Yeah. The Taxman. Taxman is doing it. Down with the Taxman. Doesn't matter where he is. Just down with the Taxman. Right? Taxman always wants your taxes. That's his job. All right. Down with the I need like a channel point for down with the Taxman now. Yes. All right. Where were we? Okay, so we were making some functions to do simple functions, right? We made 3 separate ones for heavy attack, light attack, and defend. Look at all the emotes of dancing with down to the Taxman. Yes. Tim, what would that be a tax on channel points? No, there's no Taxman here. Tim the Combo Breaker. It happens. And okay, Dong, you have some cool emotes that you found. TS Joss, you got a dancing dude. I like them. All those. Yep. Yep. Oh, look at that one. Fab dance. I think the only dancing ones that I have that I like, I use probably all the time, is the gummy bear. Right? I use the gummy bear. Outside of that, I just have these. Tim, you are off to find lunch. I appreciate the raid. Thank you for being here, and it was nice meeting you. I hope to catch you around sometime. And enjoy your lunch. All right. Let's see. We are back to this, right? We are trying. Let me get this out of the way. Can I help you, Soph? So if you don't know, this is Sophie. She has her own little camera. She is the star of the show. I am just a sidekick here, and she knows it. She knows it. She has her own little camera. Yes. All right. Let's see. I need to get this function. Why is GameMaker being weird? All right, there we go. Nope, you're still being weird. Come on, GameMaker. There we go. Nope. GameMaker is acting up. There we go. You fixed yourself. It's okay. One of my cameras flipped horizontally. I only have 2 cameras. Which way, like, which one are you talking about? The dog one or me? So, I have my camera slightly, one of them. Thanks. My camera is slightly off to my right. So, my right-hand side, slightly off to my right. Chad is on my other... How would you know? Well, there's a dog, like a pet cam in my cam. This is slightly off to my right, and when I'm looking here, I'm looking into the stream. Is it flipped? I don't think so. I don't think I flipped it because it's just... No. I use my right hand to pet the dog. This is my right hand. This is my right hand. This is my right hand. My right hand is showing up as my left hand. I guess I see what you mean. So, yes. Would it make more sense to make it so the camera is flipped? Because they are not. It seems flipped, yes. Let's flip the animal one. All right, let's flip Sophie's cam. Maybe that makes more sense for people. So... clockwise, right. All right. We're bringing this out. Flop. Ha. Does that make more sense? My right hand. Right hand. Right hand. Does that satisfy your inquiring minds of camera flipness? No, my face is still acting mirrored. I'm reading their thing. It says my face is acting like it's mirrored. Is it because I had red card? That's it. I quit. No. I mean, it makes more sense, yes, but visually, it's weird because what I think is happening is you see this, right, with this. Right hand, right hand. That's what you want. No, it is really backwards. Now it's backwards. Right hand to the camera. So you want the cameras flipped. What does it look like on stream? Does this look like my right hand or my left hand? Because on stream, it looks like the left. That's what we're saying. Yes. Yeah, it looks like my left. Okay. Right. Well. That's just the way it is. Right. All right. Let's also I heard a whole bunch of things. Silver, thank you for the sub. I appreciate 12 months of being a sub. And welcome in. You immediately came in and had to use a brain cell. I apologize. You had to use a brain cell upon arrival. I did not send out the memo about this one. Yes. But it breaks. Yes, this is my right hand. What do you suggest to make more sense for you? I like it this way because it looks like I'm looking into the screen. Would you like me back on the left side of the screen? Would that help? So if I was over here and I did this, would that make more sense? My right hand. The right hand. Yes, we have solved this. Behold the solution. All right. We got everything everywhere. Right? Now I need my little camera overlay. You are a little computer. You go over here. You come down here. Like that. All right. So we have camera. We'll lock my camera into place. We need to move the dog over to the bottom corner and the overlay as well. Here. Sense is made. Yes, we have made progress. There. And the text. All right. Now, left hand. Right hand. Behold the right hand. Ta-da. Behold the new layout. Now, I am petting the dog with my right hand. Oh,
the
that
good
makes
old
sense.
switcheroo. Now, the cam is not flipped, but at what costs?
The cam is not flipped, but I still look inwards on the stream. It is okay. Wait, Tim, that looked like my left hand? Uh-oh. Why? Does that need to be flipped? It needs to be flipped, doesn't it? It looks like my left hand. I see. We are on the same wavelength now. I got you. I have 2 left hands. It does. It happens. People are born that way. I do occasionally not have that, but you know, it's fine. There. Right hand. Holding up right hand. Right hand. Sophie's like, this is my hand. I don't care left or right. This one's mine. Now I am thinking with portals. Yes. I need a portal gun. That would be awesome. Right? Like make a little portal on the side of the screen here and be like, here is the portal, and then here's where my hand comes out. You are now going for lunch. I hope you worked up an appetite. That was a lot. I appreciate you rating in, Tim. Thank you for being here. And yeah, we got me all flipped around. We're good. This is a new layout. Hi. Welcome in. Yes, chat is rearranging the layout. We are all set, all on the same wavelength. And this is my right hand now. I'm in danger? Yes. We're all in danger. Yes, now I am able to show things in the webcam and the text won't be mirrored. We hope. We hope. Does that show right? Hothead. Because it's a coffee cup. Arwen did not like me holding up the coffee cup. Arwen is a 4-year-old Quaker Parrot. Death by coffee cup. I know. I put it down. It's a coffee picture. You knew it was a Quaker Parrot? Yeah. She's a 4-year-old Quaker Parrot. Turns 5 in April. And if you hold anything, it's danger. You had one for a bit? Yeah. She's fun. She's a green one. And we have a dungeon that is over my face. Down with the dungeon. Down with the dungeon. All right. Now we got to fix the overlay here, right? I solved it. Where'd 8-bits go? I don't know. I solved it. There we go. You were waiting for that? Yes. I fell into the dungeon void. That's what has happened. Right? It does happen. It does. Yes. Where were we? Tim's chair used to be stained white from all the bird poop. No. Arwen hangs out in her cage. Plays with all her toys. Occasionally, like, we take her out, but, like, it's always not her flying around. So, she would not be able to get to my chair. I like my chair. Which clip is this? Let me look at it. Okay. That looks just like Arwen. He has a green one too. This is the clip. Jeepin. Look at the clip. It's Arwen. Oh, is it showing? Yeah, it's showing. All right. So Tim, the person that raided in, has a Quaker parrot, and it's a green one, just like Arwen. Yep. That's cool. Oh, ours is hyper. Yeah. She's not out as much, but yeah. Cool stuff. All right. I was not paying attention to the ads. Ads are running. We're just going to sit and chit-chat. Ads! I know. Do you want play with typing test stuff or watch me do typing tests or chess? We haven't done chess in a while. Let's do a chess puzzle. Chess puzzle. Yes, we're doing a chess puzzle. Voila. I found the chess puzzle. All right, there we are. If you are not in ads and you know how to play chess, let's solve some chess puzzles. So what we got to do, right? So move this over here a little bit. There we go. Knight to e3. All right. We have one, so we're going there. That was not the solution, and you can't go to e3. Z69. No. What about queen to c7? So b6, c7. Go here. Like that. That was the solution. Somewhere between e3 and z69, we got c7. Yes. All right, we got 47 seconds left in ads. Let's do another one. There is a way to end this with checkmate. Okay, bot. Right. I see it. It's one move. What do you think we should do, chat? Cheapen. Do you have a choice? She's like, I don't even know what you're doing. We're just making chess moves. And I asked if you had a choice. Yes. Right. She's over there prepping stuff for her stream. So after stream today, we are setting up some Christmas decorations because I'm gone for a week with work. So we want to get them out of the way. So we'll be setting up Christmas decorations, and then she will be streaming this afternoon. She is the game streamer out of the two of us, right? There we go. All right. We're back. You are making your stream all Christmassy. Yes. I will probably wait. Well, obviously, I'm going to wait at least another week, and then I'll do it. But, what do we want to do? It's probably actually a really good spot to stop, to start coming to an end, because like I said, we have decorations to set up. I have some packing to try to get done and some other things that we need to do before she starts stream. And what time are you trying to aim for today? Noonish? Okay, so it's 10 a.m. now. She is planning for maybe noon, somewhere right around there. And like I said, Jeepin, who is not only my mod, but my wife, streams the games, and I do game dev. So, there's her stuff. There will be normally, here's this chat, normally, she does a cooking stream on Mondays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. This coming Monday, so tomorrow, will not be a cooking stream because a mod got to marry a streamer. I know it happens, right? It does. It does. So, her cooking stream is not going to happen because I am out of town. It's a lot of setup for the kitchen, and she doesn't want to deal with it, which is fine. So, no cooking stream tomorrow, but she'll return the following Monday with cooking stream. Yes, I taught you about other games other than WoW. Yes, I did. What do you think you're playing today? Hi, Arwen. Okay. She's not sure. But recently she's been playing solo leveling, Guild Wars 2, Arc Raiders, and a couple others. So, well, I guess we'll wait and see what she decides to stream. But I think we're at a pretty good spot, right? So we're going to go ahead and find somebody to raid into. It's a little earlier than normal, but like I said, I have to help and get Christmas decorations set up. So that does take a little bit of extra time. All right, who do we have on today? Let's go through here real quick. I see people doing I know who we're going to go visit. Oh, wait. Are they stopping? No. All right. Thanks for the stream. I appreciate everyone for being here. We're going to visit Argate and check out what they're working on. And again, I appreciate everyone for being here. Hope you have a great Sunday. And I will see everybody Saturday next week. No stream for me tomorrow because I'll be flying for business. And I won't be back until Friday. So I will see everybody later. I hope you have a great one. And yeah, let's go visit Margie and have a great day now. Bye.